Hello guys and welcome to the new video of your Python and API development course. In this video we will be solving the exercise of your day 10. The exercise you have been provided in the day 10, we will be solving them. So let's get into it. What was the first exercise, which is to define a get endpoint that takes two number as query parameter and returns their sum as sum this. So I need to define a get request, right? So app.get. Let's just define our path as slash sum. Let's define a function sum that takes two value num1, which should be an integer. Let's take it as a float for better functioning, right? And then our num2, which will also be a float. And then what we have to return is return sum num1 plus num2, right? So this should be our endpoint. I just save the file and I will go here. I'll reload my Swagger UI and so here it is. Here is the sum function. Now if I try it out, let's just write 7 and let's just write its value 3 and let's press execute. You can see the sum is 10. Because if I do it 77 and execute it, the sum is 80, right? So this was your first exercise. Now for the second exercise, what it's saying, get endpoint that takes a number as header parameter and checks whether it is prime or not and returns prime true or prime false. So basically we have to now pass the number in the header, right? So let's just define another function same as this, another endpoint, I mean. Let's just name it something else. Let's just name it head sum. Okay. So I can't use underscore in. It's very unprofessional and it's very wrong to use underscores in your route. So never use underscores in your route. So I'll just define head sum. I can use it in the name of the function, but don't use it or never use it in the path. Okay. Now I need a number which should be of type float in header, right? So I'll just write header here. I don't need any number 2 here, so I'll just remove this. Now I'll just check whether this number is, so I'll just write if num1 is equals to 1, return not prime. Okay, and if it's less than 1, no, less than 1, that means it's either 0 or negative numbers and we can't define anything for that, so return. Let's just return, so they are not even prime. Okay, so not prime only. So even if negative numbers, they are not, we can't consider them prime numbers, but we can say that they are not prime, right? So I will just say here if it is less than or equal to 1, say not prime, and if it's more than 1, so what we will do, for I in range, I'm just writing a functionality to check whether this number is prime or not. So for I in range, so we will check that with if any number is there which is which can divide num1, or num1 is a factor of any number in between 2 to its own value, right? So I'll say if num1 modulus I is equal to 0, then return prime. Okay. And if not, else return prime, right? So I guess this should work. Let's just save this, and yeah, let's just reload. What was the... Okay, so we have to basically say prime true or false. So we can change this as... Let's just first check if our logic is working or not, then we will change it accordingly. So here is head sum. I'll try it out. I'll write a prime number, let's say 11. Okay, so it gave me an internal server error. It says float cannot be interpreted as an integer. Oh, sure. Flow we prime numbers, while checking, we only have integers, right? Float numbers are not prime or that. They can be, but decimal numbers can't be considered in either of them. So okay, it said not prime. Okay, yeah, I have just done a big mistake. If it's divisible by any number, then it is not prime, right? And if it's not divisible by any of them, then it's prime. So I'll write prime. My bad. That's how you just revisit your code and you'll see what have you done initially. So we will just change the format. We'll say here prime false. Okay. Here we will say again prime false. Copy this. Prime false, and here it is prime true, right? Now let's save this. Now I guess everything is done. I'll write 12, so it should say prime false. Prime false. If I say 13, it says prime true. If I say 0, it says prime false. So that was your exercises. I hope you guys understood.